Why, hello there, traveler. Thank you for taking our side quest. I go by Corpse, and I'm joined here with my two lovely co-hosts, Aaron and Chris. If you've never heard of side quest, basically all we are here for is entertainment. Much like a side quest in a video game, we're here to take you away from the main story of your life and take you with us on our adventures with our discussions. Our discussions range from video games to philosophy and, most importantly, our day-to-day lives as NPCs. So, without further ado, enjoy the show. Okay, hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Okay, yes, we have a fourth voice today. This is our friend Robo, goes by Rubo Baggins.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Okay,
Dog
so
Robo Baggy.
yes, it is. Welcome, first guest. Wow.
Yeah.
So how does it feel? Pretty good. Normal Saturday night for your boy, but
Hell yeah. But it's Friday. Wait, it's Thursday.
it's Thursday. Yeah, my schedule doesn't exist anymore.
What
That's-
is the schedule?
True. Okay.
My whole life's the weekend.
Well, Robo, since this is your first time on here, I'm just gonna explain what we are and what we do. First off, we're side quests, and second of all, it's literally as it sounds. We derail so much that we get lost from the main objective.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so basically we just talk about anything and everything that's on our minds, and if you have a topic you want to bring to the table, you definitely can. But first let's start with just saying how everyone is and how's your week been. Aaron will go in first, and then we could just go down the road.
Well, my week has been going interesting.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things, small things, work related. Just trying to get in. But it's my birthday week.
Yay, birthday
So,
week.
Nice.
yeah, I'm turning 29, not to dox myself, but it's fine. I don't care. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to do some cooking, and we're going to go somewhere on Saturday, so we're supposed to have a lot of fun.
Very
So I've been
nice.
looking forward to that. I've been looking forward to that all week, because this will be my first time using the grills at our new place.
Nice. Well, good. I'm glad that you're gonna have a good weekend and you get to have a good birthday weekend. And 29, 29 is a big number.
It does feel like a big number, but honestly, I don't care that I'm getting older.
You know what? That's fair.
It's a good mentality to adopt.
Well, not to get into too in depth, I didn't think I was gonna live this long, so
Oh,
Yeah.
so every year's a bonus. Hell yeah.
yeah. So I could care less about the slow creeping death of age.
Oh,
So
shit!
yeah, that's how I view that. But yeah, that's how my week is going.
Okay. Well, that's good then. Okay.
Yeah,
Chris.
sorry, I dropped a Reese's cup.
Okay. Well,
How many Reese's
good.
do you have?
That's why I swore.
Good
Sorry
to
about
know. Okay. Well,
You
Chris.
gonna share with the class?
Yeah. So go ahead. Tell us how you are. Tell us about your dusty Reese cup now.
that. Hey, it was on myself, so it wasn't dusty. Okay.
It fell though.
Yeah, onto my shirt.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's
Okay.
Fine. That's fine.
I'm literally like lounging in my chair. Okay.
Okay.
Anywho, there we go. This week has been I don't know, exhausting, like heat exhausting. My
Mm.
AC has been broken,
Oh.
Oh
my God.
no.
so I'm literally lounging in like 81-degree weather. However, you know how heat rises,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like 90 degrees
You're
in my room
upstairs,
right now.
aren't you?
Yeah, next to a computer that's running, so
Hell yeah.
extra toasty. You know, it's a good thing I lived in Florida for a couple years. Otherwise, this would be like unbearable.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been
But
quite
yeah,
the
I have
heat
my
wave
window
lately.
open with a fan in front of it, oscillating. So you know, you do what you got to do.
I understand
So
that.
pardon his quality then. pardon his quality.
Yeah.
He's trying to stay. The poor boy's trying to stay cool.
Oh, and
Yeah.
and we have to have an update on your sleep because that's a thing that we do every time.
Um.
Yep, your weekly check-in. How's your sleep?
So It is it's balancing back and forth.
Okay.
Like 2 nights ago, for like 2 days straight, I've been going to bed at like 10 o'clock, waking up at like
Ooh.
6. Okay.
Okay, that's not too bad.
And then last night,
Nice.
I went to bed at 4 a.m.
Oh, Lord.
Oh God.
Well, how late you stay? How late you sleep in?
No
3
comment.
p.m. or something.
No comment.
All right.
All I know is when you're roasting, you don't move.
That's so true. You're just too hot to
Well,
move.
everything is so hot and sticky, and any cloth that touches you feels like fire. No, I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, no.
You need
So
to get you some silk sheets or something.
my sheets ain't that bad.
Well, silk sheet's supposed to keep you cooler, isn't it? I don't know. I
Yeah, and it's better for
feel
your
like I'd slide
body.
right out of bed if with sleep. I have a silk pillow.
Well,
Case.
you just
downed comforter.
just when you get out of the
Ooh,
bed, you can
yes.
just see the body outline. You just don't move.
Ew!
Ew.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, well, when the fan runs on it for like 2 seconds, it's nice and cool then.
God. Okay, well, sorry, sweaty, sleepy boy. We're gonna move on to Robo and how he's doing. So, how you doing?
I'm hanging in there. Found out recently I'm not going to be allowed back to work at a minimum 4 weeks. So I'm on that
Oh.
long hiatus.
Oh,
Do you
for
have enough PTO?
backstory, he broke his hand.
Yeah, I recently broke my hand. Not work related. We won't go into details, but the thing's pretty jacked up. And my company's been dealing with some workman's comp issues recently, so they're not taking any chances. So until I get a doctor's approval that I am A-OK 100, yeah, they are not letting me
They're not playing
work.
games with you.
Nope.
So you
So
on
I
like
am-
what, medical leave?
Hey, no, I'm applying for disability, baby.
Ooh! Okay, I think you'll get it because it's quite clear. You have good documentation, so about what's going on with it.
I do have I have short-term disability through my insurance, so I'm just kind of going through the paperwork and the rigmaroles, but I should have some supportive income for a while.
I was gonna
It's
say,
not,
what's your PTO situation like?
I've used quite a bit of it. I used to have a lot, but I just used it
I know, you said you were
willy-nilly. I'll
banking on
never
it.
need this. And lo and behold.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's hard to prepare for the what ifs, so you know you're doing what you can.
So, how long are you in your? Do you have a cast?
I've got a splint. It's a removable splint.
Mm.
It's like a half
A
cast
cool
thing
Velcro, like
for
black glove.
Mm. Nice. So you look like a very sad motorcycle man.
Kind of,
So-
yeah. Yeah.
So was it like a clean break or a fracture?
Clean break,
Uh,
right? think.
fracture. It's just a hairline fracture, is what it looked like.
Okay, yeah, because if you had like a clean break, you would have to be wearing a cast.
Yeah.
And there was
Well,
talk about a hard cast initially, but yeah, it wasn't that severe.
That's good then, though.
Yeah, I did that to my elbow. That was not. I had the splint too for my elbow, and they are pretty comfortable.
I had a full
Once you-
cast. I broke my arm twice, just clean through. It was, yeah.
I've never actually broken
I
a bone
hate
before.
broken bones. I hate well,
Come on, join the club.
one of
Us.
us.
One of us.
Break.
I could literally jump out my window right now. I'm not sure I'll survive, but you know,
Just
a bone might be broken then.
don't go head first. Also, just don't
Hey,
jump out your
don't-
window. You want to die
Isn't
sweaty?
that what they say? Just dive head first into life.
You want
know?
to you want to
You know
die
what-
sweaty? Is that how you want to die?
Um,
Sweaty?
Ugh.
I wouldn't be sweating much later then.
Oh no. No.
Chris.
O'Reilly?
You could just do what. Okay.
I just got that.
Auto parts. Ew. I was gonna say you could just do what I did and trip over a cord and break your elbow that way.
No, I'm too sturdy for that.
That's what I did. That was back when I was a kid.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put Robo on the spot here. Do you have anything to talk about today, or are you just here for vibes?
Anything to talk about? Anything to talk
Yeah,
about?
anything that's been bugging you, that's been on your mind, any games that you've been really into, anything like that.
I've been
Topics.
really into
Yeah.
point and click adventures as of late.
You know what? That's fair.
You know what?
Suffering over
Valid.
there.
For instance, I
do-
just fired up old school RuneScape. I don't know if
Oh,
you
God.
guys are familiar.
I am not
yes.
actually.
I know Aaron is.
Yeah, somebody had to get me into it.
I'm not. I don't know what it
It's-
is.
I have fun with it. I haven't played it in a while though.
It's an old MMORPG made by a company called Jagex. I think back in like 2004, 2005. I played this shit back as like a kid, skateboarding up to the coffee shop and fighting off old men for the public computers. No, it's my turn.
Beating them with a stick.
Is it the free one? Is it point and click?
It is, yeah. Yeah, you can get away with just doing like, you could just play with your mouse, for instance.
Okay, cool.
But I've got
It's
thousands
like
of hours into this
it's like a
account.
semi-idle RPG.
Oh, okay.
It's a good way of it's a good way of describing it. Like I'm just sitting here chopping a tree, talking to you guys. It's great.
Oh, okay.
Multitasking in its finest form.
Yes.
Let me
Yes.
crunch the numbers. I should level up in roughly 16 hours. This will be good.
I don't have the attention to talk and play a game.
That's the great thing. Like with those types of games, you can have it running in the background.
That's true.
Like as long as you click, so you don't go get kicked for
no.
inactivity.
When
Bingo.
Robo got us into it, that's what we did. We just sat and talked and played it.
Yeah,
And I think
watch YouTube.
I definitely played some YouTube videos while playing.
No,
Guilty as charged.
I'm also a huge fan of like idle games and
Okay.
incremental games.
Okay.
Like
Well, then you probably should talk to Robo because it sounds like he needs something.
I
to
will.
point
I
and click.
refuse to play fucking RuneScape. I'm sorry.
No,
I've tried.
I don't
Give
blame
him-
you. No, I don't blame you.
Oh,
As somebody who's been playing it since I was like 13, yeah, don't ever play it. Just don't. It's not.
oh no!
it's not
You
good.
you got me to play it for. We played it for like a month straight, and then
Did
I just
we?
like
Oh.
yes. You made me
Oh.
You made me download like some type of like
Probably
server like
RuneScape
Rune.
Lite, yeah.
Yeah.
Rune
RuneScape
Lite,
Lite
yeah.
and Jagex launcher is what I'm looking at right now.
And I was just like, no more, because we stopped playing, and then we went into Overwatch because we were taking like a small break, and then I took that as the opportunity to uninstall it and get as far away from hell as possible.
Is
Oh,
it like a
poor
thing
boy
that
was so bored.
is it the kind of thing that you get kind of sucked into?
You can.
I don't know. I mean, yes and no.
Me and Douglas played for didn't we play for like a couple months?
No, on and off. There was a couple of weeks there. That's like kind of all we did. You guys both
Welcome
grinded
to
pretty
80.
good.
Yeah, I was very proud of my what's the I forgot what it's called. The my brain's not working. The market where you can sell things at a certain price. I
right,
got
yeah,
pretty good at that.
You're working the GE.
Well,
Yeah, some hits.
Yeah.
I was.
I have not been playing any games lately. I have not touched my computer for almost 2 weeks.
You just needed a break.
Yeah. Well, I'm not used to having this much social interactions.
You know what? That's fair. I don't know what it is. But maybe it's just me. But I feel like Aaron can relate to this too. I have gotten to a point like within the last couple weeks. I don't want to talk to fucking anybody.
That's okay though. I don't, if they're good friends with you, they're gonna understand.
Yeah.
Guilty.
You just, all I ask from my friends is, hey, let me know if you're gonna go silent. I don't want to have to worry about somebody dying somewhere and then not ever know.
Yo,
I would be devastated.
I just watched a video last night about asocial tendencies and different like subcategories of asocial relationships.
Okay.
And that was one of the biggest key like takeaways is understand that yes, it's okay to be like this, and yes, you're gonna run into people who do this. But one of the biggest like things was just text me. Just be like,
Yeah.
I'm alive.
That's all I ask my friends. Please just, let me know. I'm not gonna judge you for it, but I don't want to have to find out later on that it was something worse or, that's my biggest fear is losing someone.
So-
I will
Think of
send
the
you
worst.
memes.
So Robo, describe a social personality from that video, like synopsis of it.
So specifically, it went into like relationships, not only like platonic, but also like relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And they described the person with asocial tendencies as somebody who, I mean, obviously this is a broad paintbrush, but their inner monologue literally like kind of pushes people away from themselves, like
Oh no.
um through all sorts of like, usually it stems from like self-esteem issues or like confidence issues. Does this person really want to be with me? Does this person want to, why hasn't anybody texted me? Am I the problem? And next thing you've convinced yourself that yes, you are the problem, when reality
Yeah.
behind the curtains, none of that is actually happening. You're in your own head. And
Hey,
then that
Yeah.
could tend to drive
hey,
somebody
that's
to
me.
it's, some of those things kind of hit home. Like, yep, nods.
I think
Ugh.
all of us are asocial.
Yeah, we are. We all have like a it's
Well,
not
yeah, like you said, I worry about did I do something to scare them off? Had that
What
conversation
did I do
before.
wrong? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron, me and you have been friends for like what, closing in on 10 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met Douglas and Chris at the same time. So I know you disappear, but like I said to you earlier, like just let me know.
I did.
That's
And
what
then
you
I,
need
I
to do.
send you
I
memes to
don't.
let you know I'm alive.
Yep.
That's
I
a
say
nice
we
way of
talk a
doing that.
lot, but this is all we do is just send memes to each other. We don't actually have actual conversations.
yeah. I'm
It's like communicating through hieroglyphics.
Yeah,
yeah.
basically.
Hey,
But
if it worked for the Egyptians, it can work for us too.
I was talking to my roommate the other day because she was like, I don't know what kind of fucking retrograde or moon we're in, but she's like,
We checked, we're not.
I know.
weren't in one.
She was like, I just don't want to talk to anybody except for like you and my boyfriend. And I was like, that makes me feel so seen because I have not been talking to anybody at work. I've just been doing my job and like I don't talk unless someone asks me a question or they try to start conversation, but I get to the point where like I don't want to talk and they start doing a conversation and I just go right in front of their fucking face. I'm just like, please don't talk to me right now. I don't want to talk to anybody. And it's not that I'm trying to be rude, it's just I'm tired of conversation from people that like I'm not like necessarily close with. Like you guys, I'm perfectly okay with. Like you guys are part of like my every day to day, so I'm used to that.
Yeah.
But we also don't harass you to talk to us either.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is true.
I think that's a very important thing in our friend group is just we don't force it.
Yeah.
Like I'll send message, but I'm not like going to like expect a response back.
Mm-hmm.
More like, hey, I'm thinking of you, whatever.
Yeah. That works. I feel like we can all relate to that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not the healthiest relationship, but my favorite kind.
I mean,
I feel like okay, so I think we can all agree we're on some sort of spectrum, and I think that's why it works best for us because we don't really have that expectation of normalcy.
I have Asperger's, so
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I've got ADHD and other such things.
I'm undiagnosed with literally everything
I think
except
you
a
got
heart
the tism.
defect. Yeah.
Yeah.
but
But
that
we're the right
yeah.
we're the right flavor to get
yeah,
along.
Cole got hit with that double whammy.
What's the double whammy?
You're undiagnosed and oh god, I forgot what we were just talking about right now.
Oh no, see side quest. ADHD and
Anyways,
stuff.
Yeah, double
And
whammy.
how
Yeah,
I
8 ball
think
here.
some
Do
Oh.
not call me fucking 8-ball on this fucking
Oh, she's gonna blow.
podcast.
Is there context to that?
Yes.
There's a context
Maybe
to
for
it
a
that was
later show.
literally only Chris and I in this conversation. You shut the fuck up,
Ooh.
Chris.
Inside joke.
So about, let's just say 5-6 days ago. Okay.
I was showing
Corpse
off my
got
shoes.
got these nice little sandals, okay? And I had to ask the obvious question, why do you only have 8 toes? Okay.
Huh?
My toes.
Oh, I
have 10
remember
toes.
now. The sandals. Who didn't show her toes?
So They were open
pinky
open
toes
toe
were
sandals,
cold.
okay? Her pinky
Covered.
toes were just non-existent. So I was just like, why do you only have 8 toes? Just a curious question. And she's like, I do have all 10 toes. I was just like, hey, you don't need to convince me. I believe you. Okay?
You fucking dick.
Toes.
Bro, pull up the feed pic chart.
And then she was like, they're just cool. They're super small. I was just like, I believe you. I believe you. They're just average size,
If anyone looks up this chart, I have Greek feet. I have long, like, middle toes, and my pinky toes are so fucking short. But
Anyways, and then I started roasting her, and then
Ugh.
her new name now is 8-Ball.
shut the fucking hate you.
Oh my god. I don't know
I
what
know.
to do with you guys. Are like unruly
I
children.
was telling her that's what makes her unique. She's a lesbian, and she only has 8 toes.
Stop.
See, Aaron, he bullies me when you're not around.
I know.
Look,
I feel
okay,
like I
we
have
haven't
play
talked to
referee
each
now.
other in like 2 weeks. I gotta catch up. Okay.
That's okay. I've recently been telling everybody I have to pull a Chris for a moment.
That's fair. He's
Is that what we're calling it now?
he's a
Elaborate.
verb.
Elaborate.
He's a verb
Okay.
now.
Pulling a
To
Chris.
Chris.
I.e. terrible jokes or inappropriate questions.
It's only inappropriate if you don't ask it. Okay.
Okay.
What?
Whatever you say, buddy.
What do you mean it's inappropriate
Whatever
if you
makes
don't
you
ask it?
I mean,
Oh,
because
it's
then
in
it's
your
just
thought.
gonna be sitting in your mind, just getting worse and worse and worse. So if you just ask it straight out, nonchalant, it ain't perverted then. Or
Okay.
You know what? I kind of understand that. You kind of have to say it in a certain tone.
yeah,
I get that. Okay, I agree with
you
you.
just straight out, just say it. Like the worst
Okay.
thing that can happen is you get yelled at,
That's true.
or you
We
get
don't yell
a
at
weird
you, we
nickname.
Kink shamed.
Yeah.
No kink
Kink
No
shame.
kink shaming in the group.
Hey, kink shaming is my kink. Okay.
No, get
I've
out
heard
of
that
here.
joke
That's
before.
meta. Good.
That's an old joke.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
Anyways,
Steve, oh.
it's
Robo.
okay. We'll cut that out.
Wow, dox me. Just beep it out.
Yeah.
We're like 15 minutes in, so.
Okay. I'm gonna write that down so I know.
Okay, so what do I call the beast person named? What do you go by? Because I can say corpse.
I
can
just go
say.
Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't
Chris
care.
and I
Okay.
go by our real names. Corpse is corpse, and then.
All right, I'm Robo. Also Steve. Fuck it. Pulling the wig off, the mask.
The wig.
I mean, we don't know what your face looks like. This is your first time here.
To be frank,
For all
no
they
one.
know,
What
I
wig
could
are you
actually be
wearing there?
named.
To
I
be
could be named
kind of wig?
John.
yeah. To be frank, no one knows
Yeah.
what we look like, which is perfectly fine with me.
Steve with a P,
Yeah,
silent.
Yep.
The PH is silent.
that's what we were talking about earlier, wasn't it?
It's just Steve.
The V is silent.
E.
Steen. It's Steen now.
Do.
It's not Steven, it's
Steve.
Steen.
It's Steve. Alright, good.
Oh,
Oh, goodness.
silly.
Alright, so now here's the real test. What were we talking about before we went on the name tangent?
It's the side quest. That's what we're known
Before-
for.
Before I was doxxed.
We were talking about social relationships. And I was
Oh, yeah,
asking about
asocialness.
asocial.
I think Aaron had a question, but
What was it?
Fuck, I don't know.
yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Typical Aaron. Shit. No, it's gone.
It's gone.
Uh-huh.
That's okay. Okay. Should we pick
So
up?
sorry.
Should we pick up where we left off last time? Which I believe we were still talking about video games.
Yeah, pirating and how the
Oh.
AAA scene is absolute fucking garbage.
Are you still on that? Oh my god, buddy, you need to let it go.
Dude, it's something I will live by.
I want to hear our guest, him tell us what he thinks of games.
What is your opinion on pirating games?
No, that's not it.
Um,
That's not necessarily what I meant, but okay, we'll go with that
And
first.
what is your opinion on the current state of AAA games?
Sorry, 1 second.
He's
My
looking it up.
opinion on current state of AAA games. I mean, if you've got the money and you like it, then buy it. It's fine. Otherwise, overall, it's kind of garbage. I think they're having trouble keeping up with indie developers and niche markets that are creating way better content for way less. And they're relying on IPs that are outdated and being milked like cattle through things like loot boxes and battle passes. Anyways, pirate games now.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Pirating games now. That's an interesting one. As long as it doesn't directly affect like a small develop. God damn, that's tough. Because what makes like a small developer?
Indie companies,
I
okay,
mean, right?
like teams of 10 or less, essentially.
Wood tree fir. Oh, sorry. I'm multitasking here. Look, I am not one who is opposed to sail the high seas.
Just sail the seas.
But yeah, what does that mean? Whatever, I'm just gonna go back to chopping trees. But it is a bit of a moral dilemma, isn't it? Like, because again, where do you draw that line? Like, who does it hurt? Like, things like TV shows and stuff. I say, fuck it, dude, get the bag. Especially when it comes to like hard to acquire things like subtitled animes, for example. It's sometimes genuinely hard to find a streaming service unless you're willing to buy 30 different streaming services, and actually that applies to everything else too these days. But
Yeah.
video games.
So like the video game topic that I told them earlier, it's like you're not owning, like you're paying to own the license to borrow it essentially, but you don't actually own that game.
And that's a very good point. Even on things like as reliable as Steam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Like
really
if your
own that
Steam
game?
account gets banned, you're losing thousands of
So are
dollars
you
right there.
saying that you don't own the game unless you have a physical hard copy?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm saying
Even
there's-
nowadays, like the new Switch 2 coming out.
There's a Switch 2 coming out?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not on the
anyways,
internet. I don't know. Anyway.
they are getting rid of the little cartridges. Like they're going to have the physical cartridge, but it's only going to have the license to the game on there.
They already do that.
Yeah. So even if you technically own physical, you don't own the game.
Huh.
So that's why I was like pirating for me. If I pirate that game, I own it.
You know what's funny? You mentioned that, and I didn't know they did that. Because I gave my sister my Switch Lite because I don't use that fucking thing anymore. And also I can't hook it up to my computer. I can't hook it up to a dock. It doesn't matter. And my roommate has one of the first Switch, so I could, if I wanted to use it, I could. But I gave it to my sister, and my sister didn't have any games, so I went to go buy a game. We bought Dreamlight Valley, the Disney one. I can't remember.
Okay.
I bought it, and then I opened it, and like the cartridge little part was empty, and I was like, oh my fucking god. I was like, they forgot us to give it, they didn't put a fucking game in here. And so I was looking through all this thing, and I was like, did I fucking drop it? And then I opened it, and it's just a paper with a code in it.
Yep.
Scratch off paper.
Not even a scratch off paper, just a paper with a code in it. So you have to go through the Nintendo store, type in that long ass code, and then download it.
And you can't resell it. Like for example, like
Oh yeah, fuck garage stores and like resale market value like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess can you give those games away like in Steam?
Nope.
Wait, can you do that?
Nope.
In
You
Steam?
can't do it. You just
because
have
once
it.
that code is used, it's stuck
It's-
to that account.
Oh my.
Unless you want to sell your whole account, which is illegal, by the way.
Is it?
Yes, you cannot give your account to other people, essentially.
But why?
Because that has all your, because it's tied to you, essentially. Like it
Okay.
has your email that you hooked up to it, which will require you to give them that password, which, they don't condone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just...
Hmm.
Well, here's the issue with pirating in these days. A lot of the games that I like to play with my friends. I like to play with, like, people online. I'm into FPS and competitive shooters.
Mhm.
That's a tougher and tougher barrier to get around. You used to be able
Yeah.
to do it back in the day, but it's getting hard.
No, just recently. So what I like to do is, I pirate a lot of shit. Okay. I basically use that as like a test drive. If I enjoy it, I literally bought 2 other games on Steam recently.
Like a
Like,
trial run, if you will.
yeah. And if I don't like it, it's like no harm, no foul. I'm not paying and I'm not gonna go through that whole refund process. Because most games don't get good until like 2 hours in, right?
Yeah.
True.
Once 2 hours hit on Steam, you can no longer refund it.
Yeah.
And is 2 hours even enough to realistically? I mean, some
Exactly.
games
No,
it takes me hundreds. Like,
sometimes
holy shit.
sometimes it takes you 2 hours just to create the fucking character you want to make.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
Baldur's
So
Gate.
it's just like,
I spend way too much time creating a
Same.
character.
Same. That
It's
was
just
Cyberpunk
like-
too.
or it's just like survival games. You don't even get good at the game to like actually like play it until like 5 hours in. Okay, that's when you're familiar with the controls. You know how to actually craft shit.
Learning the
Yeah.
mechanics.
Yeah, it's gonna take longer than 2 hours. By the time that 2 hours is up, it's just like I haven't even scratched the surface.
Oh my
I've
god.
died 3 times.
So, you guys, I mentioned this just a moment ago. I have been playing Cyberpunk for a very long time. I have 60 hours in this game, which is chump change compared to some people. But you want to know how bad I am at just finding things out in games until way later, so that 2 hour mark would go out the fucking window. I did not know. I should have known. I really should have. I did not know that the burgers and the drinks and stuff gave you stat points. I didn't know
my
that.
God.
I didn't know that it gave you extra stamina, all that stuff. I should know
stat
that.
puffs.
Yeah,
Temporary
yeah,
stuff.
temporary.
Isn't that the same? Isn't that the same for like Skyrim? You eat you taste the plants and they give you
I
certain
don't
buffs,
ever
and that's how you
fucking
figure out
eat in video games.
That's the
alchemy.
alchemy. That's the alchemy mechanic. Like you
Yeah.
try it out, or you just.
But that's how you
try
learn
to
how to
make
make potions in Skyrim
Yeah.
is because you eat the
Sounds
plants.
like
and you're
Corpse just discovered substat buffs, though.
No, I've known about them. The thing, well, in that game, yes, I didn't know. But no, I never eat in video games because I'm like, what's the fucking point? Like, I can just level up. But yeah, so there's a lot of video games where eating is essential to buffing yourself up for at least a short amount of time. But then I'm like, why would I do that? Either I'm good at the game or I'm not.
oh
Valid.
lord.
Valid.
So those are the mechanics that I don't understand in games.
Well, not every game is the best at telling you how to utilize those either. I mean, let's use what was that one we used to play just recently? Once Human or some shit.
Yes.
Once human, yeah.
Yeah, the first time when we played as a group, that wasn't the first time I played that game. I've put hours into that clumsily fumbling around like I guess I'm gonna eat corn and shoot zombies. And only till once we played and I was 40, 50 hours in and I'm like, holy shit, I understand.
Yeah.
And then I started getting insane gun blueprints and doing boss runs with my eyes closed to get better blueprints, You
Yeah.
learn the meta.
Yeah, so 60 hours in a game and I just learned this mechanic, the most basic mechanic. I'm just dumb, I guess.
Is that a skill issue on our part? Are we just stupid?
Bad at games.
No, I think it's just we're good at games, so we don't need the little stuff.
Let's just say the 2 hour scratching again, learn mechanics. Project Zomboid. I know I will keep going back to this game. I fucking love it. Okay,
That's
I have
fair.
over 1,000 hours into that game, and I'm still not the greatest at it. I mean, the longest I can survive a week before I make one stupid mistake of
We're
running
talking,
into a house.
Unofficial, a original official, or modded.
Original.
Yeah, that checks out. A week. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm fucking starving to death. I have to search this house, and I open a door, not bothering checking my corners, and all of a sudden I'm getting swarmed. It just takes one mistake
Interesting.
Oh yeah, Steve knows
Oh,
what Project
no,
Zomboid is.
let me pull it up actually, because Chris, even though we like stopped playing together,
Mhm.
mainly because like I just like wouldn't engage in it. It's because I'll be honest, it's such a fun game to play by yourself.
Oh yeah, no,
Um,
it's
how many hours do I have in that game at this
Do I
point?
still have that game? I'm gonna check real quick. I was actually
I
looking through
mean,
my
it's not
library.
impressive, but like 103, I kept playing.
yeah. Recently
I also still have it.
I think Build 42 is coming out very very recently, soon.
Right here it says 42.7.0, and that is coming out.
I have
Holy
a
shit, this list is long.
I have a
Does
question.
not say.
I have a question. Okay,
Go for it.
I need to know. I was watching a video recently on Cyberpunk because that's my brain rot right now is Cyberpunk. And I like you with Project Zomboid. I will continuously go back to Cyberpunk because I love it. But I've just been watching videos, and apparently, like, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if it's just I'm again bad at video games in general, which is funny because I love open world like RPG like shooter games, but you know the basic premise of like duck behind cover. I never do.
I don't either. I don't even. Okay. I think maybe it's just you and I, or us girls, but I don't even bother dodging.
Me either.
I
I don't either.
you roll on the ground to dodge. I don't do that shit. I just run around. That's why if in certain games I'll either boost up my speed.
I want to watch Aaron play Elden Ring right now. I'm gonna buy it for her.
Or Days
So
Gone.
hold on. Let me explain my strat. So I don't roll and I don't dodge, but I will make my character beefy enough to take those hits, and then I also like to boost up my speed so I can catch back up to him and then give him a good knocking.
So
I don't bother with dodging.
No,
Because
same.
I can't remember what buttons to push.
Same. Okay, and also Cyberpunk's like left control is so inconvenient to touch in the middle of a fight when I'm trying to move. I'm just like, fuck this. So I know I could re-keybind it, but also the only game I have ever really dodged in is probably any of the Tomb Raider games, because that's like something that's like good to dodge in. But this one, I'm just like,
Fable.
nah. I'm just gonna stand. I'm just gonna stand in the middle of the way and just shoot my gun and run at you with my gun like a shotgun, even though it's a pistol. Yeah. So, but like, I was watching a video that was like, the guy was like talking because it was his wife playing Cyberpunk, and he's like, she played really, really weird, and I was watching. I said, I play like that. I was like, you don't understand. You don't understand.
That's just normal for us.
Yeah.
It's just normal.
Do you guys?
Just girly things.
Do you
just
guys?
Girly things.
Yes. Do you guys, when you play like those types of games, do you actually go for cover and like do stuff like that?
Yes.
Oh,
I used to not, and that was back when I was like 13, 14, and then I went, holy shit, you can crouch.
Yeah, no. So the
I
game I'm playing
to do it.
The game I'm playing right now, Days Gone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's zombie apocalypse, but not really like zombies. They're more like
by the way,
rabies.
Chat, he's huge at zombies.
I'm a
this man is addicted to
huge
zombies.
zombie.
A slut for zombies.
Yes. Anyways.
Terrible at COD zombies, though. Terrible.
Yeah, we don't. Those ain't zombies. Those are mutants. Anyways. Back on track. So it's like rabies essentially, where you're brain dead essentially, but you still are, attacking people. Anyways, if you do not dodge, or like because you also come across like marauders or like bandits essentially, because the world's fucking ended. Okay, they're gonna take your shit just to survive. Anyways, if you do not hide behind cover, you will get shot and die in like 5 hits. Okay.
Okay. I hear you, but again, I don't know how you guys build your characters around that.
My character is so fucking beefy.
Some games don't have that option. Yeah.
So yeah, with Days Gone, you don't make a character. You play as a character.
Ah.
But it's like you you still have to hide behind cover.
You can't
And,
do
you know,
like
take your
experience,
chances.
like a skill tree type thing.
Oh no, there is. There's like a small skill tree, but it's like when you level up,
What
you
I'm
can put like
gathering
points.
from this is that girls play much differently than men.
Yeah, you guys
I
play
mean,
the
maybe in this
tanky roles
small
essentially.
vacuum, yes.
It's a
I do not ever do. I do want to emphasize I don't do stealth builds either.
Oh,
Oh.
damn it! I was about to say, how about stealth builds?
Oh,
Do
I
any
always,
of y'all do stealth builds?
Ain't nothing subtle about this lady over
okay,
here.
I always do stealth builds because I don't like being in the middle of the action because it makes me nervous. So I will, like Cyberpunk, you can do quick hacks, you can explode people from a far distance. So anything I can do from a distance, I will do. So stealth, I love. But going in there and like actually shooting people, I'm just standing in the middle of the room and just swinging my gun around, like swinging my big dick around, like come on.
So if I play Borderlands or Halo, I've got to be in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I want to bash faces and I don't want to be a far. And I just don't have the brain to plan out attacks. If I see you, I'm gonna kill you. I don't want to sit. Douglas will do this too.
That's a threat right there.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to
should
bleep
heal
that
for it.
out.
I'm coming up there this Friday.
I will, however, if they go,
I'm not gonna hurt you.
That's what they all say.
But
That's just to let your guard down.
but
okay.
in games, like if the other person behind cover, I will use a grenade. I'm like, you can't
Well,
hide.
yeah, that's the point. It's like
Oh, no
that's to
shade.
draw
No
them
shade
out
on the
of
grenade.
cover.
Yeah,
Yeah, grenades are fun.
but I will
I don't
dodge.
know.
I will dodge a grenade though.
I don't know. I feel kind of a shitty player then, but that's okay. So I think I've mentioned this before, but that's why I won't play Overwatch because you have to have like your buttons in order. Or you have to be pretty good at reactions. I can't do that.
Overwatch is
I
completely
can't do it.
different. There is unless you're playing like Genji or Hanzo or whatever the ninja guys. There is no dodging.
Yeah, no dodging.
Yeah, but it's all the buttons.
Or
and
if you're Mercy,
competitiveness that I don't
you
do.
gotta dodge that shit.
No, that Mercy is the queen of dodge next to Tracer.
Yeah,
Tracer. Maybe?
yeah, no.
Well, that's because she can rewind time. That don't count.
Blink. She can blink.
But Mercy,
Blink away.
I'm a good dodger with Mercy. I'm like whoop 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 all around the map like a little bug.
Small side tangent. Because I'm still
Got
on Steam.
Side
I do have a tangent.
quest.
Also, Chris, you need to change your Steam profile. We match too well. Get the fuck out of
Hey,
here.
I
got
had
here
this first. I had this aesthetic
I'll fight you.
first. You know what? I had it first.
That's not
I don't know
fair.
who
We
the
can't both be fucking plague doctors.
dude. Plague. There is no monopoly on plague doctors.
I love plague doctors.
My-
Him and I have
My
plague
phone
doctors as
screen
their
is a
screenshots.
fucking plague doctor. I will take a screenshot right now and fucking
Okay.
show you.
We need to ask the audience
Boom.
whose plague doctor is better. We need to
Let me
ask the
see.
audience.
Okay.
I'll
hold on.
be the judge.
Okay, hold on. Let me go to my profile.
I'm gonna go to your profile. Okay,
Oh, it's comparing profile pics.
Yeah, I just comparing profile pics. Let me see.
Mine. So his is a little bit more medieval looking. Mine
In
is.
in what?
or
Discord?
secret.
No, we talking
Yeah,
Discord?
I'll just
Twitch,
put it in this chat for.
I will.
Make it easy on me.
I'm like, yeah, that's actually a lot easier. I'm clicking back and forth.
I put mine in, and then I'll take a picture of Chris's.
Do you know where it is, Steve?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Steve.
Found it.
Suck it.
Well, at least I found Chris's.
No, that's not the right one. You dipshit.
No, that's my phone screen. I'm telling you, I had plague
Okay,
doctor shit
Hold on.
ahead of you. Fuck
Hold on.
you.
I'm pulling your goat.
Let me screenshot it with my actual computer so it looks better. So hang on. Okay.
I got.
Oh, I found it. Wait, I'm smart. I got this. Alright.
Here's Chris's.
So there's hers.
What are these low-res pictures of a screen?
I know. I'm putting both of them on there from the screenshot. So you're welcome.
I'm comparing though. So it looks like Aaron's is more of like a Borderlands kind of arcadey. You know, doctor.
Mhm.
Well, Chris is more of like a edgy, like, don't talk to me while I'm healing patients kind of a doctor.
Don't talk to me.
Oh, we all know the plague doctors
It's
never
the
heal people.
pestilence.
He looks
That's
like
funny,
a
okay.
rogue play doctor.
Yeah, I mean, they're both. Isn't like that quintessential to the plague doctor? He's kind of a bad guy.
No, a plague
No.
doctor actually tried to help people during the
Okay.
bubonic plague.
I like the headcanon that they're all like swindlers thriving on serfs and like the lower class. Ah, he has
Okay.
the fucking measles. We gotta
I
cut
mean,
his
they
legs
got
off.
Okay,
to
okay,
experiment
hold
on bodies somehow.
Okay, so
Exactly, and then he takes him home and
history lesson.
experiments on him.
History lesson.
history lesson.
That's my
Uh,
plague doctor.
Coming from Aaron and my infinite knowledge of history. So yes, bubonic plague, they were seen as basically demons because they knew that if you're coming to your neighbor's house,
They were the
your neighbors
harbingers
are,
of death, the
Yes.
bad news.
but they did their best to do nonprofit helping during that time. But because they were so associated with death, like they knew if you got a plague doctor next door, your neighbors are dead. That's it. So they used to be really, really snubbed, like terribly snubbed.
Even though they were
It's like-
putting themselves in like literal
They
face
were
of
putting-
death.
They lost so many doctors in that way because they went on the front lines and helped these people, but people
They were
just
the
were
good
too
guys
paranoid.
the whole time.
They were. They really
Goddamn.
did their best. But there was only so much that you could do back then. There wasn't any medicine to treat any of the fucking illnesses that were going around, and it wasn't just the bubonic plague that was plaguing these people. It was starvation, it was malnutrition, it was overuse of
Dysentery. It was.
mercury, it was arsenic poisoning. There were
Scurvy.
so many things layered on top of the bubonic plague that these doctors had to deal with. It was terrible, and they got vilified. It's terrible.
I love plague doctors. I have a plague doctor plushie.
I have
know,
a mask.
It sucks to suck.
So do I.
You know,
So do I.
it just do be that way sometimes.
It's like
I know, I
healthcare.
wanted to be a plague nurse. I
It's-
wanted to be a plague nurse for
That's
Halloween
just
one year.
that's
and
just
the
healthcare.
mask didn't work out. It is though. I see. Not to get political, but we saw it a lot during COVID. Like,
That's just healthcare.
dare you?
You're
how
breaking
dare you
rule
try to
number
take care
one.
of us?
You're breaking rule number one, Aaron.
I didn't get into
no
it. I just-
politics.
That's not politics. That's just the fear of healthcare people have. We always will have.
A
fear
lot
about
of
it.
people don't like, even just the dentist. No one likes to go there. They're afraid of the doctor, which is interesting.
I mean, if I
Yeah, we
wanted
need
to
to make
hire
appointments.
somebody to like put their fingers in my mouth,
Oh.
I better be getting
Kinky.
something out of it.
Bro, I got insurance to pay for that. I'm coming up.
We're adults.
No, but I think I have a better metaphor because I understand we're both Aaron and you, Corpse, as being a dentist. Because guess what? Those are jobs that deal with.
I'm not a dentist,
Sometimes-
but thank you.
Yeah, you work in the dental business. You know what I meant.
Yes.
You're on the forefront of that
Yes,
industry.
I am.
And it's not nearly the same. I'll be the first person to recognize that. But in the mechanic industry, yes, sometimes I am
Oh, they hate you guys.
literally the bad face. I have to
You
tell
are.
you, bro, your car's falling apart. I know you can't pay your bills. I know you can't afford groceries. And guess what? Now your car's broken. It's going to be $3,000. And that's when
I'm
everybody relates. That's where that bad stigma. Now, yes, there are bad dentists, there are bad doctors, and there are a fuck ton of bad mechanics. But that is kind of where that stigma generates from. Once you are the bearer of bad news over and over and over again, right? It just kind of becomes a trend.
Every industry has a bad apple or two.
Yeah.
That ruins it for everybody.
I do see it a lot in those here guys as like you said, the mechanics. I hear that sentiment a lot.
But isn't that like a common thing? Like dentists, like don't dentists kill themselves more often than anybody
Yes,
else
that's
because
an
of
actual-
like this, that, and the
That's
other?
an actual
Because
statistic.
they're like crazy depressed.
They're crazy depressed because they get told every day.
sad.
They get told every day that somebody hates them.
Because all they're doing is their fucking job and going,
Hey.
your mouth's fucked, dude.
Hey, Corpse,
Yes.
I care about you. Don't kill yourself.
I'm not the
She's not a
dentist,
dentist.
so
She
I don't
just said
fucking
that
care.
earlier. She's good.
She's safe.
I'm good. Actually, sometimes they do say they hate me, and I just look at them like, okay.
Yeah, because I hear a lot about the cleaners. I know they say dentists, but like the cleaners, I feel like would get pretty upset about too. It's like, oh my god, they're poking me for fucking no reason, or they're
Yeah.
Your nurses were
It just
terrible.
looks
My
like, well,
teeth hurt.
yeah.
Yeah,
So are you that?
I don't do cleanings. I'm an assistant. I help prepare and set up for every procedure that the doctor does, and I help hand him instruments and do things like that.
Oh, so they
So
don't
you're
give a shit
not
about you.
hands-on. You're
No.
not hands-on yet.
No, I
They
am.
could give a shit about you.
I am hands-on. I do work in their mouth.
Are you putting the straw in my mouth?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Moving up.
Well,
Nice.
I like you then, because I like that straw fucking thing.
Yes.
Weird thing, but I do like that.
I love the straw. It's my favorite part.
We're basically we're the pillow fluffers. How does
Oh God, that is not a good term.
Sorry, that's the only term I could think of. It was like
The prepper,
no,
Prepper, maybe?
no.
because you prepare them for the dentist.
I
The
guess.
assistant.
Yeah, I mean, I am an assistant, yes, but
Calling yourself a pillow fluffer?
I don't know what that
Not
means.
the
It
best.
Now, a pillow fluffer in itself isn't a bad thing, but
I
a
I don't know what he's getting at. Anyway,
Do you know what a pillow fluffer
no,
is?
I don't.
Isn't that
It's just
the
called a
thing
fluffer,
before the
isn't
main
it?
course?
Yes.
It's a what?
It keeps them nice and rigid.
I don't
Yeah,
know
so
what the
it's
fuck that
basically
means.
okay, all right, Chris.
All right, you're gonna have to
correct me if
cut
I'm
this
wrong.
out. Okay, so a
or
pillow
not.
Oh yeah, do you guys not talk about not safe for work stuff?
Oh,
We do.
it
We talked
depends.
about cannibalism a few weeks ago.
True.
YouTube's down with that, but like, ooh, say the word penis, we'll look out.
Or
So,
porn.
Ladies of
yeah.
the night, in order to keep the gentlemen interested, they'll have somebody who doesn't do acts on them besides keeping them at attention.
So
I think you're
kind of.
confused.
But a pillow
Hold on.
fluffer
Can I-
in the industry is
Yeah.
somebody who works on the side, like you know how porn scenes is. They have to do it. It's not in one single take.
Oh, it
Uh-huh.
takes
It is
hours.
literally like they will hire somebody to suck a dude off just to keep him hard, not to finish,
Or jack 'em
so
off.
they can just keep going.
Chris, that sounds like perfect for you.
No. Anyway,
But I've always heard of that person being called just a fluffer, never a pillow fluffer.
It's same thing.
Huh.
Well, I'm not actually
you
a
know.
pillow fluffer. I'm just
They don't have pillows at the dental
Yeah,
office.
back to the subject at hand. Yes.
Side quest.
I just set up everything. I'm the one that gets them ready for the doctor. Like I
Yes.
don't know. I
You get them
didn't think
fluffed up
the
to the doctor. Yep, I see it.
pre-entertainment before they jack
yes,
their shit up.
I'm the ads before the movie.
Hey yo, let me wait.
Head on
no.
down to Corpse's House of Horrors, the dental office.
Do not come near
Where you
me. do not come near me. If no, that's my greatest fear is finding someone that knows where I work.
No,
How
I
many
don't
doctor
know.
offices are down in that area? How many
Right.
dentists?
Oh, there are
offices?
think a
so
lot.
many in tech.
I don't think we'd be able to find her. No.
There's
You'd
so
be
many.
surprised at my sleuthing abilities.
There's
They're not
so
that
many.
I was just gonna say, I don't know.
They're not that good.
But yeah, so I do that. I set up everything, so I'm not scary, but I can be. Because I'm not real good at talking to people. Like, and I over explain things, and then I confuse people, and then I scare them.
Aww.
Like, I don't know how to. I feel so bad saying this, but I don't know how to dumb things down for people. In my brain, I'm like, you should just get it. like you should understand what I'm trying to tell you. But
Don't worry,
So
Corpse.
don't.
I feel the same way. Whenever you talk to me, I get scared too.
that's fine.
Oh my God.
That's fine. I'm not too worried about you. You can be scared of me.
Okay.
But
I have to hold myself back so badly, especially during
Oh.
podcast time.
but
Poor man's about to blow a gasket over there.
I know.
Mhm.
Oh, calm down. But yeah. So I don't know how to explain things to people very well.
Small side tangent again.
Mm.
About the weather. Steve.
Mm.
We got tornadoes. How about you?
Did you guys get tornadoes up there?
Douglas had sirens go off and his phone went off and everything.
We had some really heavy gusts that came through here, and there are some tree branches like in the alleyway, small ones, nothing
Yeah.
concernable.
Typical little twigs that break.
But
here
for
and
a second there, I thought I heard what was tornado sirens. And now that you mentioned that, that's probably what they actually were. I had my
there.
headset
You guys
on,
are just like you
jamming.
guys are just like whatever happens.
Like, huh, that's a weird noise. Anyways, back to gaming.
No, oh my god.
I got rings to craft.
No, oh my god. That reminds me, in the dental office, we have tornadoes around here, and no
Yeah.
one knew that the sirens were going off. And then we were all just working, and then the front girls were like, "There's a tornado!" And we were like, "Well, we have patience." So,
Like, oh, that sucks. Back
yeah,
to work.
we have
Yeah, right.
patience, so, and I cannot stop in the middle of this root canal to send this man home. So, like, deal with
You
it.
gotta finish your face first, right?
Yeah.
God, imagine going out in the dentistry area, like, oh.
That's what we were talking about. I would hate to die at
I
work.
do not want to die in that office.
Okay, let's pretend like ghosts are real, and wherever you die, that's
Ghosts
where you have
are
to
real.
See, okay, I don't understand this, okay?
Huh?
So when people die,
Yeah.
no, hear me out. They always
on.
haunt a specific place, okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Typically
technically,
where they've had close contact with people
yeah,
or
hear me
the
out.
environment.
I'm
Aaron,
listening to
Aaron,
Chris.
Anyway,
there should be space ghosts because the moment they die,
They probably
technically they are not in the same spot as where they
Oh,
died.
what would happen with a space ghost? Would they just be like
Oh,
stranded in
floating?
like
Yeah.
the empty?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I have
Because
something
we
to
are
add to that.
technically moving like
Didn't they
how
have
much? How fast is it? How
everyone's
fast is
talking at the same
fucking
time.
planet rotating?
One time I had this cheeseburger. It was really
No, Chris, I do think they had a ghost story that like somebody was like their spaceship or something was getting knocked on. It sounded like actual people knocking on it, but nobody was out there.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay,
Like,
so yeah, no.
I
So
wasn't making that up. I swear to God, that was
Earth
a
is
story I heard
moving
recently.
through space at
Mhm.
67,000 miles an hour.
Damn, we
7,000.
quit.
So the moment you fucking like cease to exist, in that split second, you're already like a mile out
Yeah, but that does okay.
into space, essentially. Think about it.
So I don't think if we're talking theories,
Ooh.
I think
Where's my ghost
it
voice?
would still be just because the Earth is moving. If you're a space ghost, I think you're still stuck to that specific coordinate.
Like in space?
Kind of, yeah. I think that's kind of lonely sounding though.
Yeah,
'Cause,
no,
like,
like
the
what I
likelihood
mean
of
is
you
like
ever
you're
passing by anybody else ever again.
You
is
only get to
slim
haunt
none.
somebody once a year. That's probably from atmosphere.
for like a split second. Yes.
Wah.
Oh, it's my chest. Boo! Ah. Done.
No, I believe in ghosts.
Same.
I've had footsteps in my house. I've heard things, doors close on their own without any
I
drafts.
think
and
we've all
it's-
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve might be the only one that hasn't.
All right, sorry to cut everybody off, but it has been an hour.
Oh, okay.
I was just about to get in my poltergeist tales from once I was young.
Oh wait,
There's
okay.
always
We,
next week.
we have
Okay,
to
There's
do.
always next week.
What a cliffhanger. Touch the
Exactly.
credits.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you want to join us next week to tell your poltergeist story?
All depends
still
on when
wanna-
you guys do.
Probably our usual next Sunday. Or this Sunday? That would be this week, wouldn't
That
it?
would be this week. But
Since
this.
we fucked it up.
Like 2 days ago, like
Eh.
two days from now.
Let's
Are
just
you
do it
still
a week
planning
from now.
on Steve, are you still planning on going to Wisconsin on Sunday?
No, I put the kibosh on that with the hand
I
and
was wondering.
everything.
Douglas
And
was like, well, maybe
yeah.
he would, and I was like, I doubt it. I don't feel like he'd be very comfortable.
Oh,
No, I got a
outro.
couple of texts from the homies.
Outro, real quick. Let's do an outro real
Mhm.
quick. Everyone have a great
good week,
day.
everybody.
Yes. Everyone have a great week, great day. If a tornado, if you see it, don't go near it.
Please take shelter.
Yes.
I'm tired of having to yell at people.
Don't become a space ghost. That's all I can say. Okay. Woo.
I second those thoughts. Stay safe. Have a beautiful week. I hope your guys' lives are going well. Take
Yeah.
care of yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Aaron out.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me.
Uh-huh.
Hey, thanks for
This is-
joining.
Robo Steve out.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay,
All right.
Chris.
So, typical fashion. What should we name this? What should this episode be called?
Hmm.
Dentists, space ghosts, and surprise guest.
Yes.
There we go.
All right. All right. Well, bye, Chris. Have a
All right, have a good one. See you next time.
yeah.